Let's bring up our next storyteller, Katrina Van Vita. Y'all make some noise for Katrina.
Alrighty, I was 28, a salon owner in a small town, and I got the opportunity of a lifetime to go to a training with internationally famous hairstylists. There was just one catch. I had to buy my own flight there, and I was broke. I had just bought a home and a car, and I didn't have that kind of money. But I believed in myself, and I believed I could make anything happen if I worked hard enough, and I continued to believe in myself. So I set my sights on making that happen, and after a couple of days, I see an ad in the Little Rock newspaper for 2 one-way tickets anywhere in the United States. And I know those tickets are meant for me. And I call up the woman, and I asked for the tickets, and she said, you should know there's just a few conditions attached to the tickets. One is you have to be a senior citizen, and the other is one ticket's for a man and one's for a woman. And I say, I'm 28 years old. There's no way I can make that happen. Thanks, but no thanks. And I hang up, and then I still believe in my dream, and I tell everybody in town, and I network and try to make it happen. And it's getting closer to the time for the training, and I still don't have a plane ticket. And I'm getting a little discouraged, and then I have an epiphany. I am a hairstylist. I change people's images for a living every day, all day long. I can do this. I can be a senior citizen man one day, and I can be a senior citizen woman another day. I believe in myself, and I call and I get the tickets, and I prepare 2 outfits, hair, makeup, the whole thing, and 2 IDs, one for Arthur Henson and one for Lois Henson. And for some reason, I felt like it was too big of a crime to make fake IDs, fake driver's license. So I found a technicality with the airlines where they allowed faculty ID from a university. So I made 2 IDs, one for Arthur and Lois, made them adjunct faculty at the University of Arkansas. And so I'm ready for the trip, and it's the day of, and I get dressed, and I decided I'm going to be Arthur to begin with. I'm going to do the harder one first. And I drive to the airport, and it's about a 60-mile drive of country roads. I get there. It's a small airport, the kind of airport that you can see almost everything from the front door. And I walk in, and I give them my ticket and my ID and my luggage, and I stand there, and I wait a long time. And then finally a woman comes out of the back room, and she says to me, Mr. Henson, I don't believe you're who you say you are. And I have a call into the university to verify your employment. And I say, okay, fine. And she goes back into the back room, and I'm sweating just a little bit, but I believe in myself. And I also know that the bureaucracy of a large university is so great that if you call a 1-800 number and you're going to try to find out who adjunct faculty as a large university, it's going to be virtually impossible. So I stand my ground, and again, it's a very long wait, and I can see that my flight is starting to board. So I throw a little old man fit to get the ball rolling. And the woman comes back out of the back room, and she says to me, you know, Mr. Henson, I'm unable to find anyone at the university who can tell me whether you do or don't work at the university, but I still don't believe you're who you say you are. And because of that, I've called the police, and they're on their way right now. And I grab my ID out of her hand, and I jump over the counter, and I grab my luggage, and I go running out of the airport, and I run all the way to my car. I get in my car, I race off, and I get about halfway home, and I run out of gas. And I'm crying and crying because I have worked my hardest and I believed in my dream and I knew it would happen and it didn't happen and I'm very upset. And then I have to hitchhike home 30 miles in my light blue leisure suit and fedora hat. And I get home and I've calmed down a little bit by then, and I write a silly little song about what just happened, and then I call up the trainer and I apologize for not making the training, and I tell him how badly I wanted to make it happen and I knew it was supposed to happen but it didn't. And then I sing him my song, and he laughs and laughs, and by the end of that conversation he offers me a job in one of the top 100 salons in the United States. And it's not the end of the story, though. So I sell my salon. I say yes, of course, and I sell my salon, and I move there. And what I learned from this episode in my life was that when I was somebody else, when I was not true to myself and I literally became somebody else, it was very difficult for my dream to come true. But when I was open and honest about what I was feeling and thinking and shared that allowed the door to be open so that my dream could come true and many other dreams after that. Thank you.